and sexual harassment awareness. Over the next 10 or maybe less minutes, we'll review key strategies to prevent harm, recognize warning signs, and understand your responsibilities under Minnesota law and Bear Creek policy. This training is required for all staff and will be followed by a short quiz. In this training, we'll cover key strategies to prevent sexual violence and the important role of mandated reporters. You'll learn your responsibilities and how you can help keep everyone at Bear Creek Services safe. Now, on to understanding bodily autonomy and consent. Bodily autonomy means every person has the right to make decisions about their own body without coercion. Consent is freely given, informed, and ongoing, which means a person can change their mind at any time, even for routine care like brushing hair or buttoning a shirt. Always ask first and respect the answer. Make sure the person is comfortable and their boundaries are respected, regardless of the situation. Why does this matter? People with disabilities are at higher risk for sexual violence due to dependency on others, communication barriers, and sometimes a history of trauma. They may not have been taught about boundaries or may be afraid they won't be believed, and oftentimes they're not. Warning signs can include sudden changes in behavior, avoiding certain people, or unexplained injuries. If you see these signs, you need to act. Here are simple ways you can help minimize the risk every single day. Ask for consent every time you assist with personal care. Teach and reinforce boundaries. Use daily activities to model what safe and unsafe touch looks like. When providing personal care, always respect the person's wishes. If they decline help, pause. Ask what they prefer and honor their choice. Consent can change from one moment to the next, even in routine care. Report concerns immediately. Trust your instincts. You do not need proof to take action. All Bear Creek staff are mandated reporters under Minnesota law. That means if you see, hear, or suspect abuse, neglect, financial exploitation, or sexual violence, you are legally required to take action. You do not need proof. Reasonable suspicion is enough. Failing to report can result in legal consequences. At Bear Creek, the reporting process is the following. Ensure the person is safe. Call 911 if needed. Notify your program manager or supervisor right away. If they are unavailable, contact the program manager on call. The program manager or your supervisor will notify the program director responsible for the program. The program director is responsible for reporting maltreatment of adults supported by Bear Creek Services to MARC. This chain ensures reports are handled quickly and documented properly. a reporter, you are still responsible. Even though we have an internal process, you may still report directly to Mark at any time. The number is 1-844-880-1574. If you believe a report hasn't been made or you feel it's necessary, make the call yourself. The law protects you from retaliation when you report in good faith. If an individual expresses distress about a visitor, it's critical you take their concerns seriously. Immediately notify your program manager or program manager on call to ensure a swift response, following Bear Creek's reporting process. Additionally, you have the option to report directly to Mark if necessary. Now we will continue briefly with understanding sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is a type of prohibited workplace misconduct. It includes unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or any verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature that affects employment, interferes with work, or creates a hostile environment. Examples include sexual jokes or gestures, comments about someone's body, touching without consent, or displaying sexual images. Recognizing these behaviors and preventing them is essential to maintaining a safe and supportive workplace for every single one of us. It applies to interactions with coworkers, people we support, and visitors. Your responsibility with sexual harassment includes treating everyone with respect. If you experience or witness sexual harassment, you must report it to your supervisor, program director, or HR. You also have the right to file a complaint with the Minnesota Department of Human Rights. Harassment is never tolerated here. If in doubt, report it. Now to recap. Respect autonomy, ask for consent, and watch for warning signs. Report concerns right away through Bear Creek's process. You always have the right to call Mark yourself. Harassment of any kind is prohibited. If you see it or experience it, report it. Thank you for taking the time to go through this training. You can close your browser and take the test next.